Why do you always have to do something like that?
Who?
You mean right? As everyone can see, Mike Phelps had a facelift and he's changed his hair colour.
You look amazing, Phelps.
Doing well. Saw that coconut cream.
Coconut cream.
If that's what you want to call coconut cream, then be my guest, man.
Don't know what he gets up to.
Right, anyway,
I've heard it called worse, 100%.
Danny, if you want to talk to our guest while I do all the sharing, that'd be I'd appreciate it.
Why can't you do all the sharing prior?
Because he doesn't go out.
He's such a tragic person.
I am tragic.
Liam.
Yes.
Not Phelps.
Or
How are
Nelson.
you today? How are you today?
I'm doing all right. You? I was better when I wasn't covered in mud, to be honest.
Mud or poo?
It's mud. I think.
Ah,
Hope.
I was kind of hoping it was poo.
If I get them out, it'll be must. So
we'd get reported again for that horse.
yeah.
Don't even go into that. So last week we got reported. It did against the community standards. I wasn't quite sure whether it was because of the poo or because of the crap. I think it might have been the German people. I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me. That was copyright all over the place.
Well,
Even the
I don't
poo.
care.
I mean, whose poo was that? That was someone's poo. They're gonna want royalties for that shit.
literally for that shit.
Yeah. So Liam,
Well.
what have
Well
you
done.
got for us to have a look at today?
If anything, got a breeding pair of Mexican black king snakes. I have a rescue bearded dragon. I think everyone has to have that at some point. I've got tarantulas, but they're juveniles, so it's not going to have something massive to show you.
Ross is used to that.
And just things like I got a really rare species of mantis as well. I'm pretty much before I sold a couple, I was the only person in the country with them.
Can you hold them
Yeah, I can grab it.
like this?
They're like an inch long, so they are
More,
tiny.
please, sir. More,
Can we name said mantid?
Can we?
We need to name it.
Pair here.
So-
We need it. We need it to stick as well. We can't just like. You can't just name it and then be like, oh yeah, cool, and then carry on calling it Harry.
Yeah. So, anyways, for everyone who's listening, you need to help me and Danny out because apparently every time we don't have Mike, it goes to shit. So, if you guys want to help out, throw loads of questions and keep us going, that'd be great. But so far, hello Ryan and hello Ryan.
So I've got this.
Hello, boys.
Boys. Here we go. That's the normal one.
Get it out of my face.
I've got a tiny little guy there,
Oh,
and that's an
Bring it-
adult.
Bring it closer.
Can you see that?
yeah. That's cool. What is it?
It is Harnea vitalisi, a moss mantis. And what's
Oh,
actually
moss.
cool about these guys is that they can actually live together in a group.
Okay,
Cool.
is he just going to chill there for the whole live show? No, that'd be great.
That's not if he doesn't fly away. You can stay
Is
there,
that
mate.
quite normal?
The
Just
males are
fly
quite
around the
flighty.
room?
No, I don't normally get them out, to be honest. I was trying to breed them into culture, so in the UK at least, anyway. So some people have them because at the moment, no one even knows what they are.
Huh.
See how far he goes.
All right, so Tim Noble said hello. He thought he recognised you. He bought all the tanks from you.
Oh, is that when I cleared out all the Exoterras? Yeah, I sold 6 or 7 Exoterras to him, I think.
Sold, or was it for dodgy favours and stuff?
That's sold, yeah. Sold cheaply,
Sex-
actually.
Sexual favours.
Can I just put that back on there? Look, okay, just chilling.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, he's
having a right on
he's
last time.
Wing, so you'll see me chase him across the room in a minute.
See, I've been watching Marco Polo, and from what I've watched about 2 episodes so far, but what I've learned so far is that little thing can fuck you up. No one else watched Marco Polo?
Not
It can fuck you up.
Like Mantis Kung Fu? Like, whoo, and stuff. No, nothing. Okay.
No, isn't that Kung Fu Panda?
No, it's Marco Polo. Good. Netflix.
I've seen it. Some of the bigger
Oh,
species will actually cause quite a lot of damage.
No.
Let down.
Look at that. We're not impressed, Phelps. Not impressed. I didn't even know.
No, didn't even tell him, did you?
No, didn't even tell me. No.
You upset? You bothered?
Yeah.
You are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's his
mate,
face.
Tell mate, come here. Have a
I'm
beer.
bothered.
Have a beer. Come.
I don't drink beer. It's nuts piss.
I'm trying to help
Stick
you.
that
Have a
in
beer.
the fucking sea and leave it there.
Okay, so to Ryan saying very good show. It hasn't even started yet, mate. Come on, it's only 6 minutes in. Okay. So, whilst the mantis is there, giving you anxiety because it might fly away at any second.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about what you're doing at uni at the moment?
So at the moment, I am doing a degree in animal management with focus on the zoo aspects. So basically, zookeeper school, if you want to say it that way.
Okay.
You have modules from anything from genetics to husbandry to just your general anatomy. And you have a lot of practical sessions as well. They have an on-site zoo, so you get to do things like that.
Right, okay. So, it's a bit of a weird one because we all want to work in zoos. We all want to, do these courses. And there's a lot more to them than what meets the eye. So, obviously, you got the fun stuff where you get to play with animals. But I'm guessing that's quite a small part of it, really.
Yeah, definitely.
So, the coursework, what's the workload on it? For someone who is interested in getting into it.
Really high, to be honest. It is actually very high. So in your first year, it's coursework and exams at the end of the year. So you have for different modules, there might be like 3 or 4 assignments, which are sort of like 1,000 words, 2,000 words each. But it's on things. Nothing you can say yourself has to be a citation for everything. So that's why anyone that's done like any sort of like coursework or anything like that will know what I mean. But everything's very difficult, and it's always like some obscure species you choose to write about and you regret it later, and there's nothing out there to reference.
So you think you're being clever, and then you go to research into
yeah,
it.
yeah, pretty much.
This.
It's like, I should just pick an elephant.
Okay, cool.
Should have picked a bearded dragon.
Yeah, should have done.
Information.
But there's so much information on beardies that literally no one knows about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because again, it's like I was talking to someone today in a reptile shop about this and how we advise to keep animals to how animals are in the wild. This was actually at a reptile shop, and I was like, okay, so if you was to advise people how to keep their reptiles, how they should be biologically in the wild, the majority of people would probably kill their animals. So you look at a bearded dragon, for instance. They get crazy temperatures. Ground temperatures that you can cook an egg on. Yeah, if you used to replicate that inside of a vivarium, you kill it. Because in Frank, it's a small wooden box.
Even just because the animal can tolerate it in the wild doesn't mean it wants it.
Yeah,
exactly.
If you look at the hognose, for example, that I've got this really elaborate setup for a really small hognose, and it's fucking hot in there, but it's got the substrate. It's got enough cover to get away from it if it needs to. But that's from me having the understanding of how things work. But the basis of that information is keep it with a 50-degree basking spot. Dead. I was going to call it a hedgehog then. Dead hog nose. But it is right, isn't it? So obviously, when you do your research, you need to be making sure that you're doing captive research before we get into that more complicated stuff. So, do you touch on natural history in your course as well?
Yeah, you do things like that. There is a big emphasis on the history of zoos as well and things like that. But yeah, taxonomy is a big part as well, going all the way back to like Linnaeus and stuff as well. It goes really in depth at some points in it.
Okay, so Ambrose has got a question. Microbiology is a big part of it, isn't it? It's never what people expect us to do.
Yeah, it's not my favourite part, to be honest. I find lab work quite boring, but I think you just got to get on with it, I suppose.
Oh, shit, so we've got to tell everyone about what happened with Jamie. He got married, didn't he, yesterday?
He did.
Right, okay. So
Soul bonded.
this raccoon in his picture, this very chubby raccoon, he put his mouth inside of Ambrose's mouth, which means they're married.
Sexy.
Yeah, man.
Ambrose is okay with it.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We sent him my congratulations and a wedding present, and that is, he's happy as Larry.
I'm not sending him anything, to be honest, because the raccoon's only going to steal it, so I'm leaving it out. Okay, so Stephen Elaine, which is one of Danny's other bum boys, said, "What do you study?" Sorry, Liam.
So it's a degree in animal management. They actually changed the name to animal science, but yeah, when I started it was animal management, so that's what it is now.
Okay, cool. So when doing the course, what have you came across that you didn't expect, or has there been anything that you kind of like, as a hobbyist, you've almost challenged a little bit?
It makes you hate morphs.
So
Because-
I didn't need to do a degree to hate morphs, to be honest. But
Yeah. I mean, even the ones that don't outwardly express things like the spiders and stuff. There's so many morphs that when they've been like autopsied or whatever, have got like underdeveloped lungs or undeveloped like other organs and stuff. It's difficult going from being like obsessed with zoos and things like that to wanting Oh, he's fucked off. Wanting. You're almost like, the way I see it is, why wouldn't you want a mini zoo in your bedroom? So that's like saying, oh, you can have a pink rhino. It's like, well, why do I want a pink rhino? I want a rhino.
Well, to be honest, the pink rhino is quite useful because at least you'd see it coming. You know what
Don't
I
actually
mean?
know what
Like,
it's got.
Literally no camouflage.
Oh, I've lost it.
Oh, just gotta leave that one and pretend I didn't see it.
Okay, so while Danny rips Stephen Elaine a new one, do you want to go find your little bug?
Yeah, find my little bug.
Go on. Right, we're going to knock him off for a bit while he finds his bug. Because no one, he's just bent around, you can see his arse crack and everything, and no one needs to see that.
Oh, I want to see it.
Right, okay, so bringing that back up, mate, go on.
I don't want to. I think I'm gonna rip it a new one when I see him.
Okay.
Steve, where are you? Where are you herping? In Norfolk.
Okay, so whilst Liam's on his hands and knees, as per, is he back? Is he back? Have you got
I
it?
haven't found it. No, it's
Full of
gone.
anxiety.
Oh, that's rare as shit as well.
It's what?
That's rare as hell as well.
Have you got it?
No, I haven't. I don't know where it is. I'll find it in a minute.
Okay.
No, he just sat on him.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh, no.
I would try not to laugh. I'm trying so hard not to laugh.
That's gone. Oh, well, I'll find him in a minute.
It'll turn up.
He'll turn up. He's gone under the door, mate. He's gone.
Let's just hope it's not a cobweb in the corner somewhere.
Don't get the bearded dragon out. That's all I want to say.
Which one's
Yeah.
living though?
Yeah, no, let's hope there's not a spider down there somewhere.
Yeah, but that's a good fight though, isn't it?
No, not when it costs that much money.
Oh, the mantis is winning surely against the UK spider.
Nah.
It's gonna have to be a big spider, surely.
I mean, any spider here is just going to wrap it, I think.
That thing was massive. That was at least as big as Hoss's junk. Just came out of nowhere, sorry.
That's not nice.
I don't have no idea where that's gone. Oh, well.
Right,
Find it
okay.
later.
It'll turn up. Danny's going to come round your house
I feel-
after the show and help.
I feel like you should just like find it now before like the
I think
anxiety
so,
gets
yeah.
really bad.
I knew I was pushing Will up, believing it. The thing is, I was watching him warm up his wings. I was like, it's going to happen, but
He's gonna fly off. That's it. You've lost it.
I'll find
That's 300 quid down the drain.
Right.
The problem is you need to be careful where you put your foot and everything. Like
I'm speechless.
I'm
In fact-
really
in fact-
scared. I'm scared for you. Monster bug world. This will be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shame it wasn't a big speech. Just pick it up. I don't know where it's gone.
Dear. Okay, so are you going to be at Doncaster?
I've never been.
What? You've never
every
been to
time I've-
Doncaster?
Every time I wanted to go on, I've had to cover for people at work who wanted to go. So I was kind of cheated out of it. But yeah.
No.
Right, okay,
Just book it
so-
off this time then. Book
So
it off. Say
tell
no.
'em-
Screw you guys. I'm going.
Reptile and Chill have invited us down at the Hilton Hotel the night before for a pisser.
That's right. I'm not there anymore anyway. So
That's fine then. That's not a problem.
He can't come to Donny. He's too busy looking for his fucking praying mantis.
Oh, it's bothering me. I'm going to literally go.
I don't blame you. Please knock off your
Okay.
video and come back in a
Right.
minute when you found it. I would
Fucking
rather you
hell.
did that. Poor fucker.
Rule number 1: no praying mantis from now on,
No praying mantis.
ever again.
And if you
Fucking
do,
hell.
the second you see it trying to fly, put it back.
Fucking hell. Okay, so we've got Doncaster in a few weeks. Looking forward to it.
Am I looking forward to spending the night with your smelly ass and Phelps's fucking bloody
Yep.
drunken shenanigans?
Okay. so
Hell
Ian,
yeah, I am.
Ian Phelps isn't here. We're not even going
Phelps,
into it.
Phelps is a fucking letdown. That's what Phelps is. That's where he is. He's out letting us down.
Yeah.
And when he comes on next week, he goes, "Oh my god, guys, the podcast went to shit." And I said, "Because you weren't there, because you let us down again. You fucking."
Has he got it? Hello? No.
Did it just? Searching for that bomb. Oh fucking hell! I actually feel really bad for him.
No, I do a bit. Right, okay,
Oh.
so what have we got to talk about? Because we had a whole show, but now his mantis is flying around.
Oh, he's fucked us. He's absolutely fucked
He's
us.
completely done it.
He's done us over.
That's just, yeah. So anyway,
Hoss, your lighting looks good today.
it does look good, doesn't it? Have you noticed as
Yeah.
well? Look, it's gone, but it's gone.
I don't know. I don't like the lack of beard. Not gonna lie,
Hmm.
but I like the lighting. It's very pro. Even though all you've done is turn the light off.
Watch. Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I feel for Liam as well. It's just unfortunately it's one of those things when you work with animals. Sometimes happens. I've got a story about a white-lipped python and a radiator, and it wasn't my white-lipped python.
Oh.
So we were in a friend's room with a white-lipped python, and the radiator was off. It was in the summer, and basically the white-lipped python saw an opening to go into the radiator, and before we could even do anything, this snake just disappeared, and it just got into the radiator. And for about an hour, we were poking this, trying to get it out. I ain't doing nothing. I was like, fuck it. Put the radiator in the Viv. Leave it.
The whole radiator.
Yeah. Put the radiator in the Viv. Fucking leave it.
Oh my god! I had that once with a tokay. It went straight down. I actually got 3 wild caught tokays delivered to my house, and the second I got them out, one just fucking bolted, and it went straight behind the radiator. And no word of a lie, it was the hardest animal I've ever had to retrieve from a tight spot. Ever. It was horrible. Every time I went near it, it's
See, I almost got fucked up by a green anaconda once. This is at Luke Harris's house. So basically, he goes to pass me this female wild caught green anaconda who was probably about 8-9 foot at the time, but she was a puppy dog, complete puppy dog. As he goes to pass her over, she just launches over my shoulder And again, me and Luke were like, "The fuck has happened?" She went over like a fucking pocket rocket, over my shoulder, missing my head, over my shoulder, full body, and ended up in the chest of drawers that was open. And she was gone. She was in, gone. And it was just like, me and Luke were like, "What the fuck?" Like, firstly, like, I'm alive. You know what I mean? Like, because she was coming for me at full fucking throttle. And how the fuck has that anaconda just got airborne? She literally come out his hands over me and just gone.
Probably because Luke shot himself and just gone. "Ah!"
But my theory is that Luke threw the anaconda at me.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But
I didn't want to tell you that, but
imagine that, like, anaconda to the head. Oh, man.
did your Viv light just come on?
Whose? Mine.
Yours. Yeah, behind you.
Um,
Sure, it just came on.
Yeah.
Am I seeing things? Yeah, it just come on.
Are we okay, Liam?
At this time
Yeah,
of night.
it's in the tub now. It's staying in the tub.
You
I'm
found it?
saying, yeah, I found it.
Thank
Saw him
fuck
walking up
for that.
curtain. Yeah.
Do
say
you
that
feel
about them.
better?
So now I can put
Yeah.
this up now. Right, okay. So would you like to get another reptile out for us that isn't going to fly away? But yeah, reptiles don't fly.
Is this even gonna happen? Come on.
I've got an MBK sat next to me, but it's a case of whether he's going to come out.
Translation. I've got an MBK sat next
Oh,
to me,
yeah,
but
sorry,
I'm too
Mexican
scared to
Black
put my
King,
hand in and grab it. Come on.
Come on, you've got small hands. You can get in that tube.
You come out, mate. No.
Come on, blood. We want blood.
You got one of them.
No, we don't.
Yeah, it's not a case of dragging it out. It's a case of it's a tight little tube and he just wraps his claws up and just wedges himself in.
Okay, so obviously you've got another one as well, but that one's deep in slough and you want to leave it alone.
Yeah.
You're doing really well, mate, so far.
Doing great, yeah.
Your mantis is fucked off. Your MBK is a log. Like, I didn't even see a snake there. I just saw a piece of cork tube, mate, to be honest.
I think it's fibbing.
It's cheaper.
I think it's fibbing.
Yeah, man.
That's the cheapest MBK I've ever seen in my life.
We've been done, my half. Oh, I got loads of reptiles. Gonna come on to the show. He's got a fucking grasshopper. He's got
Got a little fly from outside, yeah.
He's got a fucking grasshopper.
Mate, it weren't even a locust. It's just a fucking.
I reckon Phelps is in on this. Literally, Phelps was like, mate, yeah, no problem. I'll get
now
you.
Now we know next week when he goes, "Oh, we went to shoot without me." Yeah, now we know why. Cunt.
Okay, cool. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Fucking hell. Okay, so you mentioned that you've got a rescue bearded dragon.
Yeah.
So, do you want to get Nigel out and talk about?
Nigel.
Is that his name?
No.
Have you just named it Nigel?
Yeah.
No, you couldn't think of anything better than Nigel.
Please tell me it's female.
Seriously?
It is female, yeah.
Get Nigel out, and then you can tell us all about her.
Tired today, Hoss.
So imagine now if she just come like running out the Viv, grabs him by the jugular.
It grabs the praying mantis.
Fuck off.
Could you imagine that if you couldn't find the praying mantis?
Dragon.
Okay, and that one doesn't fly now.
I can't hear a word. Oh.
Yeah,
There
so
it is. Hello.
And it doesn't fly? No?
Doesn't fly, but I try to try.
Okay, so how did you end up rescuing this one then?
So I saw it on Gumtree for £100, and they said it hasn't eaten in 6 months.
Okay.
And I basically messaged her and said, I'll take it for free. And
I bet she asked for money, didn't she?
No, she didn't. She goes, yeah, you can have it, to be fair. And
She had it up for money.
She had it up for 100, including like the 4-foot Viv and all the thermostat and stuff. But yeah, I said I'll buy the thermostat off you. So I gave her like £30 for the thermostat or whatever. She said it was high range, got there, it wasn't, but good times. But basically, she had a hot spot of 32 degrees. So it's basically trying to brumate the entire time.
Okay. That's quite common, that is, isn't it? A lot of people always getting in touch with us saying, oh, my bearded dragon's not eating, he isn't moving. And 9 times out of 10, it's just like, because he thinks it's winter.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know. Okay,
I mean, this guy's got surface temps of like 50 degrees in the basement spot.
That's mad. It's good. And obviously, he's eating perfectly fine now.
Yeah, she's doing all right.
That's good, man. Okay, so have you got any plans to keep any more reptiles, or are you happy with what you've got now?
I do.
If you do have big plans, do you want to come on the live stream again and actually show us something?
Show us what I've actually got here.
No, he has got something. I promise he has got something to tell us. Maybe not show us, but he has got a story. But we'll get onto that in a bit.
A few stories there.
Yes.
Yeah, I do want to get maybe some Brazilian rainbow boas or something like that. I want more Sonoran stuff, so I want some Sonoran desert boas and things like that.
The Brazilian rainbow boas, that was my first reptile.
Was it?
They're cool, man. Yeah, I think I do actually know someone who's got some for sale at the moment. So if you are interested, I can.
I'm at max capacity at the moment. So my girlfriend that likes those.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get on to your stories. Let's talk about the parrot incident first.
So, after I finished college, because I went to Sparshot, the Sparshot's college the uni I go to, they do a diploma college course. So I did that, finished that, and then I went to work as a bird keeper for the World Parrot Trust over the summer. So, first day, there's like 3 members of staff, and they're like, okay, tomorrow you've got to look after the whole collection. We're going off. So from first day, I was on my own looking after about 200 parrots, the only person on site. And 200, yeah. I think
I'd be pretty fit looking after 2. I think I could deal with 1 parrot.
That's a lot of parrots.
It was.
I don't think there's that many parrots in the fucking Amazon, is there?
That's a touchy subject, mate. To be honest,
you shut up talking about the Amazon. You leave the Amazon alone.
It's 4 hours of washing up. So yeah, that's the fun part.
What, in the Amazon?
Yeah, in the Amazon. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, they were like, well, "We want to see you restrain some parrots, so we know you can obviously grab one if you need to when we're not here." I was like, all right, and yeah, cool, let's do that. I've done like restraint on like loads of birds before, and so basically you want to grab the parrot by the back of the head and your middle finger and your thumb each side of the lower mandible, so you can't bite it, and then you got to hold the feet. So I did it. I did it great first time round. I was like, let's do another one, like the twat that I am. And I went to do it, and it managed to swing round, bite straight into my hand. I don't know if you've ever seen a hyacinth macaw.
Yeah.
That bird used to sit on my bucket and peel it like a piece of paper. So it would sit on the edge of my bucket and peel strips out of my bucket.
Ah, yeah, I can imagine how much that hurt.
It bit straight through my hand, straight to the bone, severed the nerves in my finger.
Oh.
Like when you see in films where like all the there's a power cut in the city, all the lights go up. That's literally what I felt like in my hands. Couldn't feel my fingers.
Hoss, why do you look like you're really excited by this story? you're just like.
Well, in a minute, he's gonna be like, yeah, man, he got me. Look, gone.
I basically could have set my fingers on fire and not felt it.
Wow.
Okay, and what was the lasting damage with that?
It just took 6 months to re-heal. I was actually all right, luckily. I was lucky it was across like the palm rather than the finger, because probably would have taken the finger otherwise. Fun times.
That sounds horrible.
What have you learned?
Do it once. Don't try to show off. Basically.
Yeah. I took a bite to the ear, right here by an African grey.
No, you don't lie. It was a budgie.
It's a small.
Behave yourself. It was a budgie.
And that was kind of just a warning, because I was trying to stroke it like this, and he didn't like it, so he just went like that.
What ear was it? Which one?
because there's a hole in it, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Matt. Look there. So that's what happened to your ear then. I just thought you were born like that.
No. I wasn't. No. we won't go into that story.
Oh dear. Apparently, some bit. Oh God, Paul's back again. Paul Ryder said, "Stick to birds of prey. They're much friendlier."
I've done birds of prey. I just find them boring, to be honest.
Ooh, Paul, what do you think about that fight?
Ouch!
Dear, oh dear.
Why are macaws so gnarly? Where all they're eating is fucking fruit and shit.
And they don't know they can crack open nuts and stuff, can't
That's
they?
it. Yeah, it's the nuts they need to get into.
Ah, why do they need to eat nuts?
No.
Can't they leave them for the monkeys and that?
Well, it's like cheese strings, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like they're really difficult to get into, but when you've got the cheese string out, it's quite soft. So we need hands to open the cheese strings to get it out.
Don't think I've ever struggled opening a cheese string.
That's because you have help.
From
Got images of you sat in the corner struggling.
oh my lord, a cheese string.
Dear, oh dear. Okay, so we've only got a little bit of time left. So before we kick you off into infinity, for wrecking the show,
Can we see
spent
any
half a look at the
animals?
mantis.
Oh, there is a beardy. Oh, hello, beardy. I forgot.
What being funny?
Do you know what
Danny,
that looks like? That looks like a big old lump of bird poo on your shoulder. That's good luck, some people say, right?
Danny,
She's off now. Look, it's older.
Well.
Gone, flew off.
Flew off, yeah.
not the beardy as well. The beardy's gone after the praying mantis.
Okay, so you used to work for a reptile shop.
Yeah.
And
Fun time.
you're not allowed to state which reptile shop because
No.
yeah, not good.
Because we won't let you.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the only reason.
And obviously, with my job and with your job as well, Danny, we spend a lot of time up and down the country, so we get to check out a load of different reptile shops. And this is one that I actually haven't been into, but there are some absolutely fantastic. Actually, the majority of reptile shops are pretty good, but there are some absolute dives out there as well. And you had the pleasant opportunity to work for one of those, and that didn't last very long at all, did it?
Lasted like 10 months, actually.
Okay. That's a little bit longer than I thought.
Yeah. I basically went on work experience. You have work experience modules as part of your degree. And I went for something close because I was lazy for that one. And they offered me a job. I actually didn't know nothing about reptiles. I've been keeping reptiles for like a year now. And I just really took to it and like read all the books and learned really fast. But yeah, things went a little bit sideways than I thought it was going to happen. But yeah, when people don't know what they're doing, things tend to die.
Spit it out, boy.
So one story I've got is, do you know the new law that came out where snakes have to be the same length as the enclosure and things like that?
Yeah.
We had an inspector come round, and he had the manager had an Asian vine snake in an Exoterra, which is arboreal. So it was actually, if you had explained that, it would have been fine. But rather than deal with that, he shoved the snake into a snake bag and put it into his coat pocket, and then proceeded to forget that it was in his coat pocket and washed his coat in the washing machine.
Wow.
Yep.
That's not. I'm not laughing because of that. That's fucked.
I'm laughing at his fucking stupidity.
Yeah, it's just like. Firstly, like you shouldn't have to lie to your local council because you need to be working with them. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's just a way. I didn't need to tell me about that, to be honest. It wasn't even like he was like, "Oh, I've just done something really stupid. I can't believe I've done this." He was like, "Oh, you never guess what I've done," like laughing about it. And I'm just like, "You twat."
This, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to laugh, but wow, what an absolute sitch. That is just ridiculous. I think I would have probably headbutted him.
Again, close a couple
Especially
of
in your
times.
position.
There was,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
there's especially when obviously I've come in wanting to say, look at this paper. We want to do this, this, and this. And obviously they're like, oh, you just put a leopard gecko in a box and leave it on the side. You want to like improve things, but no one wants to actually listen to you. And you tell someone something's going to die, and then it does, and then they're still like, well, I don't know why that died.
Yeah.
We had so do you know how you like book holiday animals in with your local reptile shop, and you pay like X amount per day or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Where someone book in some neonate raw pythons that she'd bred, and she couldn't get them feeding, and basically she wanted us to assist feed them, get them started for her, and then give them back. She gave them to the shop in like really poor tubs that didn't really shut properly.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that at the same time she was like, oh, these don't shut properly, just be careful with these. You might want to like put something on top of the lid. And the guy was like, yeah, that's fine. And then obviously one gets out, doesn't it? And one escapes. And he had the perfect opportunity to say, yeah, what you said would happen. Just escape, we'll find it. He told her it died. And so she's gone off without her animal. And this animal popped back up again. And now they've got this animal that belongs to someone that was a holiday. And
They sold it.
didn't sell it. He forced my colleague to take it home rather than stay in the shop because he refused to give it back to the woman because he didn't want to admit he lied, basically. And a colleague took that home, didn't want to take it home, wanted to give it back the whole time. Just kind of forced everyone into basically stealing someone's animal.
Yeah, and there's probably some people listening to this right now going, what the hell's going on? Why are we just slagging shops off? And it's not the sense of what's happened. It's just that not everyone is what you see at face value, if that makes sense. So just be careful. Even when someone is trusting, even when someone's got a really good reputation, do your homework, look into things, look into people. And especially if you are a beginner, don't take don't go into a reptile shop and just expect what they're saying to be true, because majority of the time it probably is. There are some really, really good shops out there that do give really good advice, but there are some, and I'm quite lucky in my area because the crap ones have gone now. I've already got the two in my area now that I keep now here, and their advice is pretty good. I can't knock them. But yeah, do your homework and do your homework into people. Do your own homework, and then at least when you're talking to them, say, "Well, actually, I've been told or I've seen that I should keep it like this." You can have a mature discussion or debate about it, rather than just accepting this advice and potentially putting an animal's life at risk. Do your own homework.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think
It's the care guides too. Don't accept the first care guide you see as correct.
Well, like you was on about before the show about bearded dragons. There's that much information out there about beardies, and the majority of them won't actually tell you how hot you should actually keep your bearded dragon.
Or if they'll say like 35 degrees hotspot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do people spray their bearded dragon? I'm spraying my bearded dragon down constantly.
Yeah.
People always say like keep it as dry as possible.
That's an interesting one from Calvin. There's a few pet shops who sell reptiles who shouldn't. They don't handle them enough, and they become problem pets, and it's a shame. What's our advice and opinion? Now, that's a funny one, that is, because me and Danny have got a different stance to most people. I don't handle my animals. It's very rare that I get them out. But I keep currently. I'm going to yawn now. I'm really sorry. Oh, it happens every show. It's done. The animals I used to keep, you couldn't handle because of the species. If I had them from young and I worked with them, perhaps maybe they could have been handleable. And the species that I keep now are handleable, but I don't handle them. So I don't know. I think as a pet perspective, if you've got your customer who wants something they can handle and hold and interact with, then there are certain species that could be possibly tamed down.
Or a lot more tolerant of being handled, yeah.
But I think as a rule, we shouldn't be handling them like for our benefit, if that makes sense. But yeah, I can see what Calvin's saying.
There's a lot of people doing a lot of training and choice-based handling as well now. I mean, I've seen a few people who literally open the door and the raw python just like slithers straight into their hand because it wants to come out.
Yeah, I know. What's his name? Is it Lawrence Kensington? He was doing the thing with the scrubs. He'd do all his maintenance and like removal of the animals from one side of the viv and then the feeding from the other. And over a couple of months, they kind of like knew which side and whatnot. So if you open the food side, you get a food response straight away. If you open the other side, then the animal would still be inquisitive, but it wouldn't be switched on. You know, I obviously I've not seen that in the flesh, but the idea, it kind of makes sense, especially with an animal like a scrub python, who does have the slightly higher reptile IQ.
And big teeth.
I mean, yeah, even king snakes. I mean, mine. I've got my aggressive female up there trained to. I open the door, I hold up a rod up against the lip of the runner, and she gets in. I shut the lid, clean what I need to do in the viv, open up, she slithers out again.
That's impressive. You should get some videos of that, show us. That'd be cool to watch.
Yeah, I'll grab some. It's like target training as well. People are out there target training their snake.
Yeah. I know it's
it does happen
with monitors and stuff. Actually, I saw something with what was it now? Was it the indigo who did the maze?
Yeah, indigos are quite clever, so they tend to pick it up really quick.
God, was it? I think it was an indigo, and it was a maze, and it was items that had been scented with food that weren't like, you know, they were obviously way too big to be consumed. Then there was food items, and then there was like bits of the walls and stuff that they scented, and just to watch the indigos going around and figuring, you know, they had to push through certain bits, thing, you know, a lot of flaps and stuff, and that was quite interesting. So I suppose they can, well, they're intelligent animals, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming up to 43 minutes now, so we're gonna have to knock it on the head. But thanks for your time coming on.
No worries.
Obviously, it hasn't been as eventful as we thought because we spent 15 minutes of it looking for a cricket.
Cricket, fucking grasshopper.
Danny's had a hard day today, man.
I'm fucking knackered.
Yeah. So for everyone who's listening, Liam is a listener of our show. So we do appreciate you putting your name forward and coming on to talking with us. If there is anyone watching that does want to come on and showcase their animals, then get in touch. Just before we sign off, I need to let you know that this is not the podcast, and our podcast is available to listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and most podcasting platforms. And for official Reptile and Chill merchandise, please head on over to reptileandchill.com. And that is about it for this week. But join us next week at 7 p.m. UK time on Wednesday for another live stream.
Where you might actually see a snake.
Might do, yeah.
Actually, before you go, you just want to show us that you're not lying, because I think it's caught tube.
I'm literally going to show you. Oh, no, he's out.
Yes.
No.
Yes, quickly. You've got 30 seconds.
It's a good job that I said that then, because not only would have lost a mantid, but he'd have lost a snake as well.
Snake as well.
Go on him again. Oh, he's hanging. He's hanging. Ta-da.
Oh, he's not. That's not out.
That's a host.
He was out.
Is. Liam, you are shit scared of that king snake, aren't you?
Not this one. The other one. Yeah.
He does not want it. Just you do not want to touch that. Come on, don't fib.
I just like doing it in a way where they want to come out. I got them to the point now that they are actually want to come out, and when I drag them around, it kind of sends me backwards a little bit.
I'd have just pulled the cork tube apart.
Yeah, man. I'd have been like
split it in half. Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'd have been like full on hacksaw.
Drag his ass out.
Get
Yeah.
out.
Right. Yeah, man. Right then.
No,
Well,
that's cool. If you can get some nice pictures of them or some videos up on the group, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
we all love an LBK.
You need to prove to people that you actually
That they actually exist. Yeah.
Definitely. Right, nice. Well, thank you for your time, Liam. It's been great talking to
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And Mr. Wells, we've got a podcast to record.
We have.
Right. Yeah. God, everyone start commenting. Now we're going now. Stop commenting.
Liam, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
I'm not even doing it. Fuck you guys.